Oh, hello. That's the weirdest, most casual thing I've ever tried to do. Hey, I'm Zoe, and welcome to the stream. Um, oh no! I've been spotted! Give me a moment, please. Just give me a second. Okay. Um, hey everybody! So what the stream was about. I wanted to just do a quick stream to update everybody on the Patreons that I'm alive. I survived Vegas mostly. It was a lot of fun. I had a good time for the most part. Um, I got some good footage. I got some good packs in. I went and actually flew every day. Even though one day it was tiny whooping because it was a bit windy and, well, flying inside of Vegas, like actually inside the buildings, was more fun for me than flying around Vegas, really. So I got some packs in. It was a lot of fun. Hopefully there'll be some content coming out from that within like a month. Um, yeah, I'm trying to just make more content. I've been noticing that last few weeks I've had content out every, few days, which is cool. It's kind of neat having more of an open conversation with what's going on in my life because there's so much going on, and that's kind of why I'm doing the stream right now. Um, the Mars thing seems like it's happening in a month. I'm trying to lock down details for that. Um, I have stuff with Hess continuing on, working with him, which is pretty fun. I'm actually really enjoy working with Hess. Larry's such a cool guy, and the team he has there is really cool. So, yeah. So I've got some more work to do next week. I'm going back to San Diego, leading into that. Um, and I'll hopefully be visiting newbie drones while I'm down there on one of my pleasure days, as I'm going to call it. Because generally when I go down to San Diego, I just go down for work, and I just really trim my trip down for work, which stresses me out a little bit. So I'm trying to do what I need to do to not stress out about things as much. Because when I'm not stressed, I get stuff done a lot better. Um, a lot of big news from the weekend. I'm still kind of like, I guess, digesting it. Like, a lot of stuff happened. Talked to multi GP, talked to, several people within DRL, talked to a bunch of pilots. Like, I talked to a lot of pilots. Like, that was my primary focus, was talking to pilots. I wanted to talk to the people at the event and get their opinion on things. And I asked a lot of different questions. Trying to get an idea of, what makes these pilots tick, what drives them, what makes them want to continue flying. And, I met up with some really passionate people, and I got some really passionate responses. And I met up with some great female pilots too while I was in Vegas. None of them were featured or in really made it through the tryouts very far. Only a couple really competed. And then the multi-GP event, I was going to go to the championships on Sunday, but they canceled that due to weather, which I feel like they could have gotten away with it, but whatever. They had a lot to deal with. And so, it seems like most drone racing events actually, it's funny, the virtual drone race, the simulator stuff was way better than the actual drone race. Who would have thunk? So that's a thing. The simulator, the way they presented the simulator race was really well done, and actually done in a way that I think they may never actually be able to make in real world. Like, you'll never be able to follow a race as fluidly in the simulator as you will in the real world, unless you add a lot of money, like NFL levels of money, to develop the technology to do it in live, and to be able to switch multiple cameras. Like, it would take a lot of funding to do something to get it even remotely as close to the way the simulator can actually present it. So I gotta say, I like the way it was presented. It was still little dots flying around the screen with lines coming from them, but it was still the best version of little dots flying around a screen that I've seen. So it was pretty cool. A lot of ums. late nights, talk to the Rotorite crew, just kind of feeling what's up, what's going on with them, what's going on with me. Uh, God, I keep forgetting the guy's name. There's a guy there that took a photo of an X-Class machine next to DRL's like Racer 3 in a glass case, and I snuck up behind him while he was taking the photo, and he didn't even know it. He turns his head slightly, he sees my face, and he's like, oh! And it was so much fun. So it was really cool to see so many amazing people there, so many amazing pilots, and for a party, like, there was more fun had elsewhere than I think flying the majority of the time. And I really wish I had spent more time there, but yeah. And then the crowning thing for me was seeing Adam West, Kent West's son's excitement, and he just turned 2 years old, and that kid was going full ham at the party. Not once made a mess or started crying out. Like, that kid knew if he was just silent and sat through this, he's gonna have an amazing time. And that kid had an amazing time. So I was super happy to kind of sponsor that trip as a thanks for, some of the help that Kent has helped me with on the RV, like getting the generator running, getting the water working, and then helping me with some other stuff this month. So yeah, it was all over a good trip. But now I kind of have to try to get back to work. I have a lot of stuff to get done. I want to get the RV ready in the next month to be able to travel. And I want to be able to really finish what's on the list. Like, I've got a list of stuff behind me on the board. I want to get all that done soon. Like, I gotta get the inverter system in place. I want to try getting the basic solar system in place. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get that done in time. Because I want to be able to take the RV to the Mars trip. I've kind of put all of the other plans I had on hold because I was going to go on a trip for X-Class and do multiple events and whatnot, but that plan's on hold momentarily, and I'm just taking it one thing at a time, and trying not to plan too much because I want to do a lot, and there's only so much I can do at any one given point in time with the resources I have. So, yeah, but I'm feeling better about things. Like, I was genuinely happy this weekend, which was cool. I had a good time. I still think DRL, it'd be great to have more women in it. And I think it'd be great to see the industry try to do more to encourage more women to get into it, especially after everything that's happened over the last couple of years. And by everything, I won't even get into it because, trust me, there's a lot. Not just me, just trust me, there's a lot. And the biggest thing that I take away that we can do to get women into it is try to focus on the good. Like, there's some bad stuff, but, trying to be positive and trying to be the positive role model that I would like others to be in the hobby, I think that's the number one thing I can do. And, that's kind of easy for me. At least it's kind of easy. I try. So yeah, that was one of my biggest takeaways. But at the same time, it takes two to tango, So I'm hoping things in the industry will improve. I'm hoping eventually they'll get drone races actually right, like live drone racing right. And I'm hoping that, the future is bright for drone racing, but still early days. And it was really cool to see the early days of it. And so stay tuned for that edit. I don't know if I'm personally going to do it or if I'm going to hand it off to Mark, but I want Mark to work on something, so there's going to be more content coming, more meaty content. And if you haven't checked out the West Coast Throwdown FPV documentary, go watch that. And if you don't know what the West Coast Throwdown is, it is one of the best freestyle racing events on the West Coast of the United States. And I absolutely love going there. It's one of the most fun times I have of the year. So go check that out. Go watch that. Go check out the little virtual experience. And then, follow on the social medias. I posted a lot of stuff to Facebook over the weekend. By a lot, I mean like 4 posts. And yeah, just thank you guys for being a part of the experience. Thanks for being a part of the trip. Stay tuned for more unicorn news. I have a couple more frames coming. I'm trying to work on a way to get a beta tester club going. because I want to get that frame out and done, and I'm figuring out what I need to do to get it done. And I see two pathways: either connect up with an existing manufacturer to manufacture and handle basically everything, or buckle down and get it done and really do what I need to do to get the unicorn frame to perfection and out into the world, which is quite a lot. I basically have to spool up my own company of sorts to do that. Even if I do it myself, it's yeah. So anyways, I'm gonna go eat my food. My mom's here. Hey, Ma, say hey.
Hey.
Come back in, say hey.
Hey, I'm hungry. I want to come in and eat.
She's letting me have a few minutes while she's out running some errands. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. That brings it back around. Talk to you later. Bye!